What's up, guys and gals? Happy Wednesday, I guess you could say, or Thursday, depending on where you live. Welcome back to the channel. This evening, we are going to be playing The Sims 4, or I guess you could say doing a build in The Sims 4. And this time, we're actually going to be doing a rustic log cabin type build in the Granite Falls world. This is actually a world that I haven't touched yet. So basically, it's used as like a vacation type sim. From my understanding, I don't believe you can actually live on the world. You can actually just use it as a getaway, like a vacation for your sim. So this is actually just a log house that I'm building. You could rent out, for a family getaway or just something like that. It's gonna be very small. It's probably gonna be about 2 bedrooms, one bedroom with a loft, and then maybe a second bedroom downstairs that can be used as an office or just like maybe a sewing room or something like that, or like a spare room for when you go on vacation. Maybe if it's for like a couple and a kid or two. So yeah, what I went ahead and did was actually started building the shell of the house. Generally, when I do my builds in stream, I don't actually do the building of it just because I change my mind a lot on a lot of these builds, and sometimes it takes me a while. So this one only took me about maybe half hour, 45 minutes. I kind of had an idea. I was actually throwing some ideas around in my head today at work, looking on Pinterest and stuff for log cabins. When I was growing up, we used to go to my aunt's house, and she had a log cabin home near a lake. We used to go there for the 4th of July every year. So I was looking through some old pictures, and then I thought, why not do a log cabin build? I thought that'd be a good idea. So we're going to kind of jump into this. Like I said, I got the actual shell built. This will be, I guess you could say, 2 stories. But like I said, it's going to be a loft. But once you see the actual layout, you'll kind of understand how we're going to do it. I didn't do the loft portion yet because I changed a couple of things before going live. But like I said, you'll get a feel of how we're going to do this. So, and I do have some photos pulled up on my tablet. So if you see me pause for a second without any like commentary or anything, that I'm probably just looking at photos just to get a better idea. I figured that was the easiest way to do it, is just throw it up on my tablet and do it that way. So, but all right. So like I said, we're gonna probably start. I don't know if I'm gonna get this entire thing done this evening. We're gonna give it a shot. Like I said, I'm not gonna really rush it though because I want it to look really good. I've always wanted to do a log cabin build or like a rustic house build. So, but you can kind of get an idea of how big this lot is. It's a pretty sizable lot, and like I said, it's generally used for log cabins or campgrounds and stuff like that. You can kind of see from around here the rustic, woods, stuff like that. So I thought this was really neat. But for additional specs, we can take a look and see. You guys can see, like I said, the rental, Granite Falls, and the lot dimensions are actually 40 by 30. So there wasn't initially a house on here, but I bulldozed it and decided to start from scratch. So yep, let's go ahead and work on the outside of this. Like I said, I am playing this on a PS5 console, so sometimes my apologies, you'll see my screen spin out of control. Sometimes I hit the wrong button or I hit the wrong joystick or something happens like that. So it happens, I guess. But overall, I hope you guys are having a great week too. Like I said, Wednesday here. We're on the East Coast where I'm at. So 2 more days this week. Almost done with it. So we're getting there slowly but surely. Yeah, and just as a heads up too, I'm actually not going to do a basement for this build. I know some log cabins do have basements, but I'm actually not going to do a basement for this just because the layout is actually kind of small. I didn't want to make it real big, like one of those big lakefront log cabins you see with 5 bedrooms and stuff like that. So we're going to keep it pretty simple, nothing too extravagant. Like I said, just something that, maybe a couple and their kids could rent out, stuff like that. So taking a quick look at this before we finish up, this is the front. Like I said, this is going to be the front of the house. You can kind of see the entry to the house here, or the property. It comes off like a beaten path over here. So that's going to be the front. And then if you go around to the back here real quick, there's actually going to be a back deck right here. This will be the kitchen. This will be the bathroom. And then this will be, like I said, a second bedroom, or maybe like a sewing room or an activity room or something like that. for the families when they rent out this place. So that is kind of the layout. And I will say, one of the things I always hate about doing these types of houses in general with the rounded porches, sometimes roofs. Or, knock on wood, we don't have any problems with this one, but I guess we will see how things go. And one of the packs, like I said, I'm glad I was thinking about this just now, is going to be the outdoor retreat, because it does have a lot of rustic stuff. We're going to do a backyard with a little campfire and some carved furniture out of wood to make it look really authentic and stuff like that. Something you'd see on a rental when you go on vacation with your family and everything like that. So that's how we're going to do it. I'm not sure. Okay, there we go. I'll say, whew, wonder what's going on with the stairs there. I was starting to get worried there for a minute. Not sure if those are too big. I don't think so. I think those are just wide enough. Sometimes trying to find the right banisters for your porch can be a task. But we're gonna see. I think those are pretty rustic enough. As much as I enjoy playing on the console, I think I've said this before, I wish I would have kind of knew that I was going to get involved with this a lot more than I thought, because I would have put it on my PC instead, or my Mac, I guess. But I've invested a lot of money into these packs and everything. And they're not exactly cheap, so for me to buy them all over again would probably cost me a small fortune. I think those are the rustic ones. Yeah, those are. I was just trying to see. I want to just make sure that they match the spindles and everything. I don't want one to be one color and one to be the other, because it'll just look like shit then. So far, so good with this. I'm pretty happy how this came up. I'm sure I'll probably have to make some sort of modifications or something like that. But like I said, that's probably why I have the photos up. So yeah, we did that. I do want to pick out the exterior wood, I guess, for the outside, or the wallpapers, some would say. I know they have specific. You can filter it by specific texture, I guess, but I think I have an idea in mind of which one I want. I definitely don't want metal. I think this is. I think this is the one I want, but I'm not sure. Sometimes you have to look at it twice just to see, and depending on the lighting too. Sometimes the lighting sucks on a certain lot, and you can't see exactly what you're working with. I don't think that's the one. I think we're going to go with this one. Yeah, because that's too gray. So we definitely want that one, I think. Yeah, because I don't see any other. That's black. Yeah, we definitely don't want that one. See, like I said, this is a problem. Sometimes I get indecisive and I can't figure out which one I want or which one that I like. Okay, so yeah, we're definitely going to go with this one. Alright. Sorry, my apologies. Yeah, see, that feels good in the sunlight, because if you look in the front, you can't really see because it's shady there. I mean, I guess the porch does look a little off, but again, it's probably because it's in the sunlight. Or it's in the shade and you can't really see it. Now the question is if we could find the stone on the foundation to match it. Definitely want to do it in the sunlight so you can see. I'm going to say it's probably this one. I think that's probably as close as we're going to get. Initially, I was going to do lattice around the bottom of the porches, but I think I'm just going to do the stone the full way around to match everything, keep it consistent as possible. I just want to see something. I don't know. I think I did that right this time, because I know initially I was looking. Actually, unfortunately, that's not right. Okay. So what I'm looking at here is I see this white border along the bottom. I don't know if there's a... I don't know if there's a trim feature. I probably should know this. Alright, let's see. Yeah, it's just really weird. I don't know why it's not letting me. Cover up that white board like that. It's gonna drive me nuts. Because see, that changes the foundation, but I'm not sure what I did wrong, because apparently I did something. Although I do kind of like that. You know what, that might actually work better. I kind of like that better than the stone. Yeah, I'm gonna give that a shot. I kind of like that better. My question is, I don't know. And this is where I kind of mess around with it, because again, I'm so indecisive when it comes to these things that I can't make up my mind. Alright, well, I'm not gonna mess too much with it because it'll just drive me clinically insane. Trying to find a real rustic wood. It'll look good with that. I don't think I want a light color either. I think I want to stick with kind of the shade that I'm going with for all the trim and stuff like that. That's not bad. That doesn't look bad at all. Like I said, I kind of want something more rustic. Too light. Alright, you know what? We're going to go with that and see. I guess it doesn't look too bad. I may end up changing it. It just depends on how creative I want to get with it. Alright, so that doesn't look bad, I guess. We're gonna spin around and do the back of the house next. Put up the columns and everything here. I think I'm going to put the stairs on this side right there, close to the corner. I can't remember, did I put the... Okay, I did put the railings on there. I thought I was going crazy there for a minute. Did I put the railings on the front of the porch? I don't really want anybody to fall off. I'm not sure if I want to put another spindle there. Yeah, I think that looks better. I don't want to put one against the wall. I usually don't put them in the corner there. Sometimes I've seen people do that where they put them kind of in the corner. Alright, well, let's... do the railings. Like I said, we're gonna put the stairs right there, so I'm gonna leave that open. And then we'll just do the rest like so. And you'll notice I go back and forth generally sometimes I copy stuff just because it's easier. And plus you always get the right shade for the item you're looking for. I guess that's just me being OCD again and making sure that everything matches. There, that was pretty good. I like that. And of course we're going to put up the decorative stuff now to match the front. Actually, you know what? I don't know. Okay, you know what? That's. I do want to add. I think I'm gonna add another spindle here. See, this is. Or maybe not. Hold on. I'm sorry, but that white space right there is just driving me nuts. I don't know why it's doing. What's going on with it? All right, there we go. Okay, we got it. Yeah, I don't know why I clicked that by mistake because, like I said, what I was doing, it was. You guys saw that. See how I was putting that white gap there? That was driving me clinically insane. Like I said, I think that's the OCD kicking in. See, now I lowered it too much and it removed the foundation. What is going on with this thing? I don't know if it's just me being dumb and not being able to figure it out, or if it's just glitching. Alright, well, I think we got it that time. That looks good. I kind of like the open porch. It makes it look more... Or do I want it solid? You know what? Yeah, we're going to do solid. Alright, so... Getting back here to the back porch. We have that done. So that gives me a better idea on how I want to do that. And I think... I don't know if I want to leave the back porch open or if I'm going to put a roof over it. I think I'm going to leave it open for the time being because when I look at this, I got to figure out the door is going to be right here to come out. So let's do... I kind of want to add beams to this as well. I don't know how many. But I'm going to try this little trick I saw on another YouTuber channel that did this. I don't know if it's going to look right or not, or if it's even going to work. But we're going to give it a shot and see. Oops. So my initial thought is that it should put beams. Alright, maybe that's not going to work. Alright, you know what? We'll forget that for now. Alright, so the good news is we do have a base. And that is a good thing. So I think what I'm going to do is I need to figure out how this is going to look initially, because this is going to be... It's still going to be the... See, that's going to be the front door. And I don't know if it... I don't know, maybe I want to move it down here. I think that's generally how they do that. Yeah, I think I'm going to move the door down there. And we're going to do some rearranging. We're going to move the steps down here. Add the foundation there. And then we're gonna, of course, delete these railings. Why in the world? Alright, so that being said, we're gonna add another spindle there. Okay. That looks better. I think I like that better with the steps right there, because when you go in the house, it goes right up the steps. I kind of like that. I think that's generally how a lot of places are done. At least that gives me an idea now on where to put windows and such, which we'll do that now so I don't. Question is, what kind of windows? I know I want to definitely stay with these wooden ones. Insufficient. What is going on here? Okay, that is really weird. I don't know if you guys see that. It's not letting me put windows on that wall when there's more than enough. But I can put them there. So, I don't know. Ever since I did this update for that they recently did, they included a bunch of new stuff for the base game. And it seems like it's a little buggy. I don't know if anybody else is having problems with that. Let me know. I think I'm gonna add a fireplace. Or do I want to put? I'll hold the film. Let's think about this for a minute. Question is, I'm not sure. I would imagine just a brick fireplace. I kind of like that one better. That looks more rustic. Yeah, that definitely looks better. And I think for windows, what I'll do is I'll get a little creative with this. See, that's just so weird that it doesn't let you put windows like that. That is just driving me nuts. It's just completely bugging out for some weird reason. I think I will keep 2 of these. I don't know, maybe that little glitch worked in my benefit, because I can just take those and reuse them. Alright, well, I think that looks good. Never mind, that's a little too close. I'm gonna move those away from the fireplace a little bit. There we go. I think that looks good. More than enough light for that room. I think because this is the guest bedroom. So like I said, this is going to be the guest bedroom over here. Yeah, if you guys ever had issues with that glitching like that, let me know. I'd love to hear your feedback, because I've never seen that happen before. Is that the same height? No, it is not. And I kind of wanted the windows, if you could see here, I wanted the windows to sit on that piece of trim that divides the rocks with the actual wall. So I think that's good. It's too dark. I was just kind of seeing if they had a door that was a little bit darker with the black trim like around the windows. But, you know, I think that'll be fine. That'll work out nicely. Alright, so so far we have our bedroom, living room. This is going to be a kitchen, dining room. I think I may knock this wall out and just make it open. Because obviously with log cabins like that, they generally have like a open concept type feel, you know what I mean? Very spacious and whatnot, so... I think this is going to be the bathroom, so I don't want to put a real big window there. Obviously, you don't want to see people sitting on the john doing their business. At least I don't. No offense to anybody. Alright, it's good enough for a bathroom window. So here's my question when I do the interior doors. I don't know if, because this is the bedroom, that I should just put the bathroom door leading from the bedroom into there, or if I should make it open so that anybody can use it, because this is going to be the only bathroom on this floor. But I think what I'm going to do, I think I am going to do that. I think I'm going to put, well, first of all, I should probably put some lighting, because it's going to drive me nuts if I can't see what the hell I'm doing. Question is, what kind of lighting do we want? We obviously want rustic, because it is a log cabin, or a rustic house. So I don't think we want, obviously we don't want modern. We don't want track lighting. Where is it? Alright, so I think I'm gonna go with this. That kind of definitely looks rustic for sure. Bathroom lights. So I've always wanted to use these. I believe they're little illuminated lights, the battery powered light strands that you could buy and put in jars. Places like Hobby Lobby and stuff sell them. I actually have those in my living room here at the house, and they're kind of neat. And they're on a timer, so you turn them on and they time for 3 hours, and they shut off automatically, so it doesn't suck up your battery, because they definitely wear on the battery for sure. But I've had the ones in my living room for about 3 months now, and I think I've changed them maybe once. But again, I think they come on 3 hours and then they shut off. So that's kind of nice. It works out nicely. But what I'm looking for, I think I want to do those ones. That's kind of where the move object tool comes into play, because you can, I'm not sure if I want to do the, I definitely don't want to do that inside for the interior, but like I said, I'm not worried about that right now. I just want to get the lights installed so I can actually see what the hell I'm doing. Alright, so our bedroom has lights, our bathroom has lights. And as far as the kitchen goes, I think I'm going to put another set of these 3. Alright, so here's the deal. I have no idea why that's glitching like that, and it's driving me nuts. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to build a temporary fix for this until I can figure out why the hell that's not working. I'll definitely have to tear that down, because that's not where that's going to go. I definitely want a lot of light in the kitchen. Alright, so that looks good. I'm happy with that. And that'll be, of course, the kitchen. Although, my thought is, hold the phone. We kind of want, because we're going to have counters there, so we want to make sure that the windows are not touching the counters. But I guess in reality, I guess I could do this upper floor, because it's going to get built anyways eventually, so we're just going to do this now and be done with it. Yeah, my initial plan was not to have a second floor, but I decided after all, I thought, you know, what the heck. Let's go ahead and do it anyways. Be a rebel. I'm just hoping that I could find wood. Okay, perfect. That was my fear, is that I wasn't going to be able to find the same paneling, or the same wood, I should say, to match. Now, at first I wasn't sure if I liked that. And when I say that, I mean the stone, then the wood trim, and then more stone. But I think I kind of like that. Okay, that should be. So what I was doing there, I was just trying to make sure that these windows are high enough. Of course, now they're too high. For the counters. I mean, I guess in reality, things like this happen when you build a house, so it's probably gonna be one of those things that it's expected. That just drives me nuts. I'm sorry, I keep bringing it up, but it's just so weird. It keeps multiplying those like crazy. I mean, in reality, that does work out nicely because then I could just slide those over top. I guess you really can't tell a difference, so it all looks like they're butted together. Sometimes that move object tool works out in one's benefit, and other times it can be kind of glitchy. So that looks good though. I like that, and it looks good inside. All right, cool. We are good. I am gonna save this now because if I don't, my luck, something will happen. And I'll forget to save it, and I'll shut the game down. Which I did that the other night. I was playing for quite some time, and I forgot to save it. And lo and behold, I had to go back through and pretty much do the entire house again. All because I forgot to save it. Lesson learned, save your games. Alright, so let's see what we got. We got windows. That looks good. I still got to do the roofs for the porch, but I'm prolonging that as long as possible just because, like I said, doing roofs in this game, or roofs I should say, excuse me, sometimes it doesn't work out in my favor. I was thinking to myself the other day when I was playing this, I was like, maybe it's probably going to be a bad thing should I ever decide to buy a house, because I'm going to be very indecisive when it comes to this stuff, but I guess in reality you can't be too picky about it if you're on a budget. Now, if we had unlimited money, like in here, it'd be a totally different story. You don't have to worry about anything. You could just buy stuff as you wanted and be done with it. Alright, so I think we're going to go with this door because I think that's pretty much the same. Although I wish I had screen doors on this game. That'd be a good thing to have. Make it look really authentic, because I know our house when I was growing up had screen doors on it, just so basically you could open up the door and let air in. I do like that one. I just wish the trim was a different color, but like I said, that'll drive me nuts if it's not the same. Alright, you know what? My apologies. I can't spend the entire night trying to figure out what door I want, so we're just gonna put that on there like that, and that'll be the back door from the kitchen and dining room out to the deck. And interior doors. So like I said, my game plan for this initially was to I think just have one door from the bedroom go right into the bathroom. So, I mean, I don't know if that sounds a little weird. So you'd have to walk through the bedroom to get to the bathroom. I mean, that's not really convenient, but it is a log cabin. So kind of, it's slightly different than if you were to build a regular suburban house where you'd have access to the bathroom. So we're going to put it right there, I think. Again, this is one of those things that it may get moved, just depending on where we put stuff. Alright, so what do you guys think? That looks good so far. And like I said, we're gonna do this part now. So this is where I guess you could say, really makes it look like a log cabin, because we're gonna put the loft. This is gonna be a second. Well, this is gonna be pretty much the primary bedroom, I guess you could say. And the way this is gonna work, fingers crossed, is that I should be able to delete this floor Okay, well, maybe that didn't work out in my favor. Okay, there we go. Alright, there we got it. So I think what's gonna happen is, okay, so let's do this. We're gonna delete that, and then we're just gonna have to build individual walls instead of building a square room. So if you guys are familiar with log cabins, the way it would work is you would have walls that like I said, I didn't intend this to have a second floor, but after I got thinking, I was like, all right, you know what, a log cabin is supposed to have a loft. Every log cabin I've seen has had lofts before. So this, in reality, might actually be more than one bedroom. Because there's going to be that space over there. I just hope it doesn't try and close off the floor again. Yeah, see, that's gonna drive me nuts. Because, like I said, I want to put I know I'm probably missing something here. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. So I've never used these standard half walls. So we're gonna try and see, because in reality all this is going to do is be a railing, and then we would just basically replace it with this. So that kind of like overlooks the the living room area. But I kind of want to pull this back even more. Okay, that looks better because like I said, in reality, I don't know if this is going to work. I'm probably going to end up bulldozing the entire thing by mistake. Okay, cool. So that worked out. Excellent. But here's the kicker. Is it... I'm going to save this because I wanted to make sure that if I do anything, it doesn't screw up my build. And again, I know it tries to build walls because, or it tries to build off the entire room because it thinks it's a wall or a room, so it adds the floor. And that's the problem that I'm having. Oh, look at that! Didn't do it this time. Awesome. So we have our loft / balcony, I guess, whatever you want to call it. Like I said, it's and actually, you know what I was thinking? I don't know where they're at. I know they're in here. There's got to be a ceiling fan in here, because if not, that's just gonna boggle the mind why there isn't a ceiling fan. You're kidding me? Oh, there we go. I'll say, wait a minute. There's got to be a ceiling fan in here somewhere. Well, I'm not exactly too keen on that design, but I guess that'll have to do. Alright, so we have our loft, we have our ceiling fan. That looks good. I mean, that is a pretty sizable loft, too. That's, in reality, nothing dinky. So I'm trying to, there we go, get rid of that little space there. But now, in reality, see, this is the problem. There's always going to be something. Yeah, so we're going to have to leave that there. Alright. Alright, no problem. We got this. So, I want to use... And like I said, I jump back and forth. When it comes to adding lighting, sometimes I just do a quick copy. That way I have to go through the menu and try and find it. Alright, so it's looking good. We are getting there. That's right, I gotta change out the wall because, oop, shit. God damn it. My apologies, sorry. Let the swear words slip sometimes. Alright, so like I said, I just want to make sure that matches. And because there's shade on this side of the house, you can't really tell if it does. And screws up the whole. Alright, so this looks... We are getting there. Slowly but surely. I'm just trying to find I know I have an interior shot of something that I liked that I wanted to use, but I wasn't exactly sure what it was. As far as the inside, I don't know if I want the inside to match the outside as well, because I mean, obviously, in reality, I do want it. I do want it to be rustic, but I don't know if I want it to be the same. But in reality, too, here's the thing: that when you build a log cabin, the logs are going to be the same on both sides. Duh. So it's one of those things that, you know, you may just have to deal with it and be done with it. I don't know. Well, you know what? We might as well just do this now, because I don't know if that's... Ooh, no. Definitely not that. Definitely not that. Alright, so here's the thing. I think we are going to have to use the same thing as the exterior for the interior to make it look similar, because I don't want wallpaper. I don't want something with wallpaper and wood, like paneling. I don't want that. I think that would look kind of dumb, because like I said, when you live in a log cabin and you build it out of logs, you can't put one side and not the other. So I mean, I may eventually change this, especially the kitchen, because but I mean, I guess it doesn't look bad. Like I said, it is supposed to be really rustic, so I don't know. You guys have to let me know what you think of this. If it's too much wood for the cabin, or if it looks okay. But I think that looks good. I almost forgot to put a light in the kitchen. So I think with this, I'm going to put the dining room table over this way. Or if I decide to do counters here. Sorry, I'm thinking out loud. Alright, well, like I said, I'm going to have to take a look around. Maybe I might come back and redo the walls in here. And just see how overall what I'm going to do with the walls, if they're going to be the same, if they're not going to be the same. But I guess here's the thing. It doesn't necessarily have to be, like I said, a log cabin. It could be just a rustic house. So I mean, I could maybe put tile in here, like painted tile. I don't know if here's the thing. I want this to look like a house that, you know, was passed down from generation to generation. You know what I mean? Like someone's grandparents gave it to them, they're giving it to their grandkids, they're giving it to their kids, you know, etc., etc. Ooh, that's horrible. Definitely don't want that. I don't, like I said, I don't want wainscoting and wallpaper. That just, I think that'll look kind of goofy. Looks too fancy. I kind of, as weird as this sounds, I kind of want it to look gaudy, but not. If that makes sense. Hold the phone here. Hold on. Stop the presses. Maybe, just maybe, the paneling would look okay. You know what, we're gonna go with that. No, because I don't want white. Alright, so we're gonna do that for the bathroom, I guess. I'm not overly thrilled with that, but there doesn't appear anything that I can find that I actually like. So we're gonna go with that. I mean, as for the kitchen, I'm not entirely sure what I want to do with that. All I know is I definitely don't think I want the wood in the kitchen like that. That just, I don't know, it doesn't look right to me. And I guess we could just paint it, be done with it. Ooh, God, definitely don't want that. You know, that isn't bad. I mean, that looks rustic. It's plaid. That might be it. Okay, I think that's it. That definitely looks country kitchenish, I guess you could say. And I think I'm actually just going to keep I'm going to keep the wood, I think, up here like this. And see what happens. Thinking to myself, sorry, like I said, if I pause for a second, there's no gameplay going on. I'm just I'm thinking out loud to myself. That makes sense. Probably not, but you know what? It's Wednesday. It's a 9:15, and I'm pretty much out of a set mindset. Not with it. Alright, well, you know what? Like I said, I don't want to fuss around with this anymore. So, here's what I'm going to do. We are going to do the floor. So here's where it gets really fun, because we could really make this look like crap. Shouldn't say crap, excuse me, but make it look rustic. I just don't want a light color. I guess that looks good. Again, that's very dark. But again, it's a log cabin, so it's supposed to be dark. But I will be changing that from just need to find some god awful tile for the kitchen and the bathroom. Whew, not that god awful. I don't want wood in a bathroom, because obviously with the moisture and the water, it would warp and everything like that over time. So we definitely don't want to do that. But like I said, I want it to look. I kind of want it to look gaudy. Like, oh my god, I can't believe somebody decorated this like this. You know what I mean? But again, it's an old log cabin that's been passed down to generations. So speaking of cottages and stuff like that, and lake properties, there's a show on Amazon Prime that I was watching recently. It was called The Lake, with Julia Stiles. She was my girl back in high school. I always had a crush for her, or a thing for her, I should say. So I came across this show on Amazon Prime and I was watching it. It's a long story short, and I'm trying not to give too much away, but it's about her and her brother. She's actually the stepsister, and her brother kind of brings his daughter that he gave up for adoption to this lake to try and bond with her and everything like that. And lo and behold, they're out kayaking, and he goes past the family's old cabin that he thought was sold because his father passed away. But lo and behold, he meets the husband and the son, and of course they don't show the husband's wife yet, and she's like, oh yeah, you can be my wife sometime. Well, lo and behold, here it's his stepsister. The house was actually given to her instead of him, because he moved to Australia. He just kind of like picked up and left and moved down there. So it's a pretty good series. So far, it's only one season. You know what I mean? So it's one of those things that I kind of want to see it get a second season, but I'm not sure if it's going to. But of course, they kind of left off, it's Labor Day weekend, everybody's going home, so everybody's kind of like, saying their goodbyes and stuff like that. So that's kind of the gist of it. But like I said, I was a big Julia Stiles fan back in the day. 10 Things I Hate About You is probably one of my favorite comedies of all times, just because of her and Heath Ledger. I'm not sure if I want to do the entire kitchen in tile like that. Like I said, some of it's going to be the breakfast nook, so I kind of want it to carry over. The question is how far. I don't want it to carry too far over. I mean, do I really want to? See, this is the problem. Again, I start thinking and it's just like, okay, maybe having wood in there wouldn't be bad. If it's too much. I'm trying to think because my friends and I, years ago, we used to stay in a log cabin up near Punxsutawney, PA, and I can't remember if the kitchen floor had wood floors or not. I'm just trying to think outside and be creative with this. But all right, well, at least we got the floors, the walls, and stuff done like that. Again, it's rustic for sure. So I guess what I want to do now is I don't know if I want to put the real long windows like that. I don't think I do. I think I want to use shorter ones. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I need to look and see. How I'm going to do the roof because like I said, the roof is one of those things that it could go smoothly or it could be a pain in the butt. So, but with that being said, I'm going to take a 5-minute break. I will be back in a few. So grab something to drink, and I'll be back in a couple minutes. Alright guys, back. Short little break. Get up and stretch the legs. So I'm trying to figure out how in the world to do this roof. Because, like I said, initially this wasn't supposed to have a second floor. So I'm not sure how this is going to work out. Fingers crossed that it does. I don't know if it's going to let me put a roof on here with that open floor like that. That's what kind of worries me a little bit, or that open ceiling there. Because I'm not really sure that the Sims really had intended for having a roof open like that. But oh, look at that. They might let me do it after all. I definitely don't want it that high for sure. Problem is, I don't like the square shape. I don't know. It needs something, but alright, I'm just trying to see here how I'm gonna do this, because see, I don't know if I want to bring that portion back. So I know at the back of the house I want to put a protruding roof. Like so. Of course we have to shrink that down because it's way too high, obviously. So the idea here is, like I said, these roofs can sometimes be tricky. You don't want this portion of the roof to go over this. You kind of want it to blend in just like so. But the one problem I always have is this little tiny overhang here. I'm not sure why it does that. But at least you can adjust it like so. Alright, I think that was good. I am going to change the color of this. As well, because I kind of want a reddish brown color, I guess you could say. But I think what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to do the dreaded porch roof, which, like I said, I hate doing these because they never... Oh crap, what did I do? So I think I made a boo-boo with the porch. Alright, hold on here. Because for some reason, I'm not sure why, is not letting me add a roof to this, and that's not good. So I think we're going to have to do some repair work. And this is why I don't like doing physical wall portions, or I should say the house portions. While on camera, because it just doesn't work out. Like, something goes wrong and I have to go back through and fix it, and this is one of those times that it doesn't work. So let's see if we can get this to work now. Knock on wood. Yeah, I'm not sure why the heck it's still not letting me. So now we have a roof in our living room. That's interesting. So here's what I'm going to try and do. I am going to try and lesson learned. We're definitely going to have to go through and do a little work with this, because this did not work out the way I wanted it to. Alright. So the good news is, I think we fixed it. Alright, so now we can put our roof on. But the question is it going to cooperate the way that I would like it to? Because, like I said, this can be a pain in the arse. In reality, it should. See, that's the problem. Is that when you try and wrap it like that, it doesn't necessarily cooperate. And this, my friends, is why I hate this tool with a passion. It is absolutely horrendous. Never works out the way you want it to. one of those things that's a trial and error. You have to really mess with this to get it exactly how you want it. Sometimes you get lucky, sometimes you don't. My experience, you don't. Now, you don't want it to be completely flat, but the problem is alright, well, the good news is I think that's going to work for us. We may have to do a little finagling here. Only because I really don't want the roof to hang over that much. Because alright, I think we got it. I think that looks okay. So yeah, that evens it out, at least. Alright, so here's what we're going to do now. We are going to, knock on wood, this goes smoothly. Just remove these walls, and we have our porch. Like I said, sometimes you got to make little adjustments with it. But here's the problem: you got the roof. So I guess in reality, we are going to have a little bit of an overhang, and that's what I figure is going to happen. It's just one of those things that, yeah, it sucks, but you know, I mean, I guess they technically do have that little bit of an overhang when you do them, because I don't think you'd really want the rain to be coming right off the porch. So you want a little bit of a lip there, I guess. Alright, so let's do this again. Like I said, lesson learned. I initially thought everything was going well with it, and unfortunately it wasn't. So we had to go through and redo the porch. But the good news is we got it. Worked out. We got our roof on. Everything's hunky-dory. Now, like I said, we just gotta... Oh, shit. I don't know why those ones... Okay, that's kind of interesting. Yeah, that was a little weird for some reason. I don't know why in the world that was twisting at an angle like that. That was kind of interesting. So I know one of the things I wanted to bring up too was the idea of doing speed builds. I know a lot of people, when I look up ideas on YouTube for houses to build, a lot of people do speed builds, which again, I'm doing this on a console, so it's one of those things that it's not exactly that easy to do. I would basically have to probably go in and edit the video and all that fun stuff, which I do clean it up a little bit before I upload it to YouTube. But if it's pretty straightforward and I don't really have to do a lot of work to it, it makes everybody's life, including mine, a lot easier. And plus I can get them thrown up online quicker, you know. Yeah, I think I wanted to add another column there. That just didn't look right. It looked way too empty there. So I guess in reality, knock on wood that it works out. I mean, this will look really rustic for sure, because pretty much everything's wood. It's one of those things you just gotta do the trim. Knock on wood that it actually works out right. This comes the fun part, is picking out the right one. So I do want it to look somewhat matching. Alright, so we have our porch. One of the things I do want to do here, like I was saying, was put another dormer in. Why? So the good news is this is going to work out. The bad news is it's going to work out in our favor. Alright, so this is going to be slightly off a little bit. I do want to make this a little higher, I think. I don't know why it looks purple. I don't like that. I want it to look red. I mean, I guess in reality I could do, and I have seen log cabins with metal roofs. I've seen people replace the roof on it to be red. Or, I'm sorry, to be metal. And the reason I keep going back here is because there's sunlight and I can see what the color is. Alright, well, like I said, I don't want to mess with that too much with the roof because I don't want it to look like crap, so we are going to go with what we got. Alright, so, not bad. I guess it looks pretty good. Would I make some changes to it? Sure. Am I going to? Probably. I may end up doing some off camera. Just because, See, it's small things like this then that drive me nuts. You can't really be perfect with it because it's not going to work out in your favor. And again, I'm not sure why. This is the thing I'm trying to get rid of. This is driving me nuts. I don't know why it is, but it just is. So that's done. Now it is a little bit bigger than I thought it would be. Yes. But as I said before, I didn't intend for it to have a second story really. It was only supposed to be a one-story house. But I guess in reality that's okay. So, I don't know if I want to put. I think I'm gonna put single windows here. Okay, see, now that's working. And when I say working, it's not. It's not making 16,000 duplicates of it. You know what I mean? Like I was having troubles before with this. And I'm not sure why in the world it was doing that, but it was. Because this is a bedroom, I want it to be very bright and airy. But I think what we're going to do is so the thing is, I'm not sure I'm liking those. I think I'm going to delete these. I think I'm going to change them to this. That way it all looks consistent. But I mean, I guess that doesn't look bad. I don't know if this is going to be the right color to put on there. So I did put that. I was just looking to see how high I put that under the peak. If I put it right under there, or how I did it. All right. So good news is I think we're done. I might put. Hold on here. Let's think about this a minute. So this is the back of the house. I don't know if I want to put a wall of windows. I was thinking I think those are too tall. It's one of those things that I had in my mind. I was like, okay, you know what? Maybe I'll put a wall of windows. But I don't know if that would look too much. Or I could do this. I know that's kind of like right on the seam. Alright, you know what? That doesn't look bad. So alright, so I think we're good on the windows. I don't think I want to put any more. Actually, you know what? Maybe I do. Because that side looks kind of bare. I mean, that is the bathroom. Down here on the first floor. So I don't think I want to put a second window. Or do I? If I could find... I wish they had little circle ones with the... I don't know if you call them porthole windows or what you call them, if there's a specific name for them. Or, hold on a sec, I think so I told you guys this is one of those moments that I would definitely be going back and forth. Alright, I think we're good on the windows. I think we're good. Sorry, I need to adjust those a little bit because you can see the seam of the roof. See how it lightens and then it darkens. There's that little line right there. I want to make sure that they're all level with that, and these ones are, so those are good. Those are slightly off, but that was my plan. I intended it that way. So, all right. So, good news is exterior is pretty much done. It is a plus. definitely a lot more space than I initially planned. So just as a kind of a wrap up, I guess you could say, because I will probably be closing out this stream here in a couple minutes. I think I'm gonna make this a game room area up here, and then that's gonna be the main bedroom, like the loft area, and then downstairs this will be a second bedroom slash activity room, I guess, like maybe a sewing room or something like that, and then of course the kitchen and dining, and then the living room area. So this is definitely gonna be very, very simple and very basic when it comes to the decor inside this house, because it's not gonna be, you're not gonna want it to be very high class. I mean, I guess I don't know what I'm trying to say really with this. Sure, you could have a very exquisite type of log cabin, and it could look really nice, which this one will. But what I'm trying to say is, it's not going to be something you would see like in Colorado that goes for millions of dollars. You know, this is going to be something that's been in the family for generations, and it's going to be a little bit worn out, and you know, maybe need some new wallpaper or paint eventually, stuff like that. But I wanted to see about putting some sort of wall there, because that just looks kind of funky. But I do know in a lot of cabins like that you can actually get under the stairs like that too. But I did extend the wall out there. But the only thing I had concerns about, as much as I wanted to put a ceiling fan, I'm probably going to put a light, because something tells me that those ceiling fans do not have lights. But I just want to make sure I space it out well enough. Alright, you know what, that looks good. Keep the air circulating in there and whatnot. So the other thing, like I said, you'll see here is the seam for the roof, which I'm not sure why that did that, but it did. So, alright guys, with that being said, like I said, I think I'm going to wrap this up. I don't want to get into decorating this until tomorrow. I will be back on tomorrow at 8 p.m. for sure, promise you. I know last week I was supposed to come back on last Thursday, and I had some things I had to finish that came up unexpected. So with that being said, have a great night, be safe, stay healthy, stay cool if it's still hot where you are, and we'll talk to you tomorrow at 8 Eastern Standard Time. Bye.